So welcome to the gut health class. I'm going to start by sharing the screen and share some of the insights that I found really helpful and beneficial as I've been doing the research and to help my own health as well as those that I support. So we all have we may have chronic issues or just every now and again have some discomfort in the digestive area. So we're going to look at some of the ways that we can support ourselves. So the first key aspect of optimal wellness is the digestive system. There's a lot to look at, but basically we're going to cover the importance of enzymes, probiotics, the immune system and the gut-brain connection. And we're going to start with essential oils. So I am an essential oil and supplement sort of advocate for doTERRA, and we provide sort of the pure therapeutic grade of essential oils that have actually taken from the rind pure and are actually, for example, the lemon oil has been taken from the rind and distilled. So it is, it's a food. So for those that are not sure about essential oils taken internally, I just wanted to reassure you these are therapeutic food grade oils, and they have some really special properties in them for our digestive system, but I'll talk a little bit more in a moment. For example, peppermint, we know the value of like having a peppermint tea if we've had too much, it's a bit bloated, things like that. Well, why is that? It's because the menthol from the peppermint, the constituent in the oil, and carvone and caraway and spearmint oils, they enhance the absorption of nutrients and substances. So they can actually enhance our body's ability to absorb food and the nutrition in that food. Things like ginger oil as well helps to facilitate the bioavailability of other oils. And what does bioavailability mean? I don't know if you've heard it, but if you do hear it when it comes to supplements, think they are good, because bioavailability means the amount of something that actually makes it to the bloodstream when it's introduced to the body. For example, you might be given some vitamin D, you take it, but it might be synthetically made, ground rocks, it comes out in your wee. It's a waste of money. Your body doesn't absorb it. It doesn't recognize it as anything. So that's why it's important to use things from nature that our body can identify and absorb with food and is ingested and taken. The body will take what it needs for the goodness of our overall health. So essential oils can really contribute to the bioavailability of these ingredients that we're taking in and positively impact our health. So the Zengest is our supportive blend, and that it's known as the tummy tamer, contains caraway, ginger, coriander and peppermint, and it can really help whatever issue we're going through. It's like the first base really for our digestive system. So did you know that 80% of our immune system is located within our gut? And our gut is heavily fortified with cells that respond to various things going on, whether it's antigens or foreign sort of substances. It's dealing with stuff all the time. So it's really important that if we get our gut right, we've got the right amount of bacteria in our gut, we can fight things off better for infections and illnesses and things like that. But also the gut-brain connection. I'll just invite these people in. Okay. So the gut has interesting similarities to the brain. Not only does the gut and the intestines look alike, and that's usually an indication that there's a connection there, it's often called our second brain because it contains as many neurons as the spinal cord, and it has its own nervous system. So they talk to each other, the gut and the brain, and they sort of work together to regulate many of the body systems. I'm sure you've all felt the gut-brain sort of connection when you've been nervous or you're worried about something. Sometimes you go to the toilet more or less, and there's IBS symptoms, and it's all connected because the brain is talking all the time to the gut. So stress is a real factor in our sort of digestive system, and managing stress is a key to maintaining a good digestive system. And also bacteria is key. One of the most important factors is the diversity of the bacteria living in that environment. And it's known as the gut microbiome, so the gut balance of bacteria. Now the bacteria in there affects all sorts of things: our intestinal integrity, mood, our bowel regularity, our skin health, inflammatory responses, our brain cognition, and much, much more. So it's like a key base to make sure we're getting enough probiotics and prebiotics in our diet. So then we can deal with things. Our immune system is top notch and we can deal with things coming in because we've got plenty of that good bacteria as well. Okay. So leaky gut. One of the causes of leaky gut is, I'm just invite these people in as well. One of the causes of leaky gut syndrome could be dietary choices, it could be stress, problems with maintaining a healthy weight, or maybe a lot of antibiotics or medication that can cause this issue. And there's many, I don't know if anyone's experienced a leaky gut or had this condition, many unpleasant symptoms. It can really help sort of compromise the lining of the gut, as we can see in that picture there. So what happens is when the villi, which is the little sort of filaments in the gut, when they get damaged, it can cause this inflammation. Normally they're all tight and packed together and they don't let anything bad out into the bloodstream. But when you've got this leaky gut, it can let things come out. So food allergens, can you see there? They've got pathogens. So leaky gut can really cause a lot of problems, even like autoimmune diseases can affect our skin because we've not got a tight sort of wall in our gut. So one of the things that can really help is taking enzymes to help to bridge that gap in our gut and make food easier to break down and easier to assimilate. So taking 1 to 3 capsules with meals in most cases will help that villi to rebuild over the course of a few weeks. You might need to take it for the rest of your life, but it can definitely, if it's taken for a month, can definitely help to restore that. But we'll talk a bit later about how great digestive enzymes are for taking for the rest of your life anyway. Another thing that we can do is take omega fatty acids because that'll help repair the wall in the gut as well. The amino acid called glutamine as well. So all these are in the Lifelong Vitality supplements that I'll show you later. And obviously probiotics. So a good healthy layer of bacteria will help with the flora and help with assisting with digestion. It'll help our immune system and it'll help our body to make more vitamins and absorb minerals. So once your body has patched up the leaks in the gut, it's really important. So start with the digestive enzymes and then follow it with probiotics to have a good healthy layer of good bacteria. Things like fermented foods are really good as well for the gut. Okay, so let's talk about pathogens, parasites, and intestinal worms. Nasty things going on in our gut, or maybe we've got food poisoning or anything that shouldn't be there. So we've got really powerful constituents in oregano oil that can help. They've got antiparasitic, antiviral constituents that can be used to support the body's cleansing capabilities in the gut. So you could take oregano for a course of 10 days in an empty vegetable capsule, because it's quite a hot oil, and that will really help to help your body get rid of what's going on. Oregano is known as the killer, so it can kill anything that it shouldn't be there. But we've also got a supplement that is called G-Exorcist, and people call it Exorcist. So obviously it gets rid of a lot of stuff going on. It's got oregano oil in, but it's also got lemongrass oil, thyme oil, caprylic acid, tea tree, and these are all therapeutic grade of oils, so they can be taken internally. And you would take 1 or 2 of these at night time, and literally it's like a scrubbing brush for the gut. So if you feel like you need a clean out, take any of those for 10 days and follow it with probiotics after to restore what's gone. Okay, well, I want to talk about some daily things that we do as sort of wellness advocates. We take lemon oil daily in our water. So we start the day with a big bottle or glass of water with the lemon oil in. And why is lemon oil so special? Because it's taken from the rind of the lemon, it's alkaline, it's not acidic, so it doesn't damage our tooth enamel, but it's actually a really good cleanser for our body, a detoxifier. It's great for sluggish digestion. It's really gentle, but it's also good for our immune system if we have a sore throat. It's got so many diverse things that it can do. We use it to spray in a spray bottle for our surfaces to cleanse. So if it's going to cleanse surfaces, it will cleanse our body as well. So using lemon throughout the day is just going to do us good and support our detoxification. Zengest. So we looked at what peppermint can do for with the menthol, what it can do to help absorb food better. Ginger, coriander, fennel. We've got caraway, and we've got some other oils not mentioned in Zengest, but it's known as a tummy tamer. So it's just going to help to calm that environment. And you can either rub it over your tummy with some carrier oil using a few drops. You can smell it if you've got motion sickness, because the ginger can often help to offset that. Or you can take it in a warm drink or some cold water Zengest to help with during a meal or before a meal, or if you've eaten something you shouldn't have after a meal, just to help to calm that bloating, them symptoms of uncomfortable symptoms that we often get after we've eaten something we shouldn't have. So Zengest is just going to help increase the body's ability to digest food better, and also reduce gas as well. But also if anyone suffers with acid reflux, heartburn, anything like that, putting some Zengest oil over the chest will just help to calm the acid as well. So whether you've got constipation or diarrhea, the oils in there are adaptogenic, so they will adapt to what your body needs. They're very clever because they're natural, they're from nature, so we can trust that they're going to do the best for our body. And then we've got probiotics. So we mentioned how important it was to have a good friendly bacteria in our body, and sometimes we maybe have to take antibiotics for a period of time, and that can really cause havoc on our gut. Our gut will destroy both the good and the bad bacteria, so we're left sort of exposed to anything. So after a course of antibiotics especially, I would take PB Assist Plus for 10 days, or a really good probiotic that you have got, if you've got one, to restore the gut biome. What's really good about the PB Assist is the little capsules are dual encapsulated. So when you swallow it, when it enters your stomach, the stomach acid naturally would just destroy that probiotic straight away. But because it's dual encapsulated, it actually can pass through to the intestine and then release the bacteria to both areas. So it's really safely transported past the stomach into your gut. We also have PB Assist Junior. So this is the children's version of probiotics, and these are amazing. These have helped for the children that we've been able to support. We've been able to support children's mental health with probiotics, and the skin health. So we had a little 2-year-old boy that had awful eczema all over his body, and he started on one of these a day. So it's just a powder that you just literally swallow. Tastes like sweet sherbet, so it's really nice to eat as well. So it's pleasant for kids, but it really helped his skin. Once he started, within a week, his skin was clearing up and he only had a small patch of the eczema. So that was really good for him. And also somebody else who stopped taking these because we ran out of stock realized the difference in her son's mental health and brain, sort of mood and everything. She said he needs PB Assist all the time, so they have to stock up on PB Assist. So it's just amazing. But you see the gut-brain connection and how it can affect so many of our body processes, whether it's our skin or immune system or our brain. And then we've got Terrazyme. So we've got digestive enzymes. We talked about how important it is for helping with a leaky gut. Enzymes increase the absorption of food. We don't have enough enzymes in our modern diet. And one of the reasons for that is maybe we, the modern society, we don't anyway. Naturally, we're not born with enough, but we may cook our food too high. So we're getting rid of our the natural enzymes in that if we do it that way. If we puree too much fruit, we're not getting the enzymes. So it's important if we can eat as many raw, undercooked vegetables as we can, that can increase the enzymes as well. But things like processed food, our lifestyle, being over 30 can reduce the amount of enzymes we have in our body. But look how important enzymes are. It covers every function in our body, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. So when we're taking an enzyme, it's going to process our food and break it down into the various components ready for absorption. So how many enzymes do I take? Well, if it's just a light meal, you could just take 1 enzyme with food, 1 to 3 capsules. If it's a heavy meal, steak or a rich meal, you could take up to 5 to help your body deal with it. You'll often find you're less bloated, less tired, because it's kind of doing the job for you, helping your digestive system. I know Christelle spoke about people who don't have a gallbladder causing issues with digestion. And one of the reasons is because the gallbladder helps the body produce digestive enzymes. So this would be a really good thing, but there is a slide on that in a moment. But how natural Terrazyme is, it's just containing all the natural sort of enzymes that we would have in our body. You can actually use it on babies. You could put a little bit on their on the breast or on the bottle if they've got colic. You can put it into their puree, a little bit of the capsule, and stir it to help with their sort of acid reflux. It will really help their food absorb better as well. And constipation. So I don't know if anyone's seen, but on my Instagram, I've got a video of porridge, like 4-hour-old porridge. It's really sticky and gloopy. 2 bowls. One of them, I've opened the Terrazyme and put the digestive enzymes in, stirred it, and within a few minutes, it was like water. And just the old porridge, it wouldn't move. It was just like gloopy. So can you see if it's doing that to porridge, what's it going to do for our body and our bowel? If we've got blockages, if we've got undigested food, if we've got constipation, it's just going to help everything flow. So it really will help the breakdown and absorption of food and not block the intestinal flow. Okay, so this is so interesting, that the fact that we've got digestive enzymes and metabolic enzymes. Digestion, when you eat food, the body is, right, this is my priority, I need to process this food, and everything else goes by the wayside. So if we don't have enough digestive enzymes, the body has to rob the metabolic enzymes to maintain the digestive enzymes, because the body can't do all its other processes. Have you ever heard the saying starve a fever when you're poorly? Because the body wants to work at fighting the infection, not work on digestion. So it's important when we're poorly to have as light as meals as possible and take Terrazyme just to help that process. Have you ever been really tired after a meal, you just want to fall asleep? That's because we've not got enough digestive enzymes, and it's stealing our metabolic enzymes that's dealing with our energy and everything else. So Terrazyme can really help to give us more energy. It's like hiring a cleaner in our house. So it's doing the job for us basically, and we're not stealing it from other parts of our body. This can help in so many things, not just energy. If it's not processing food, Terrazyme on an empty stomach can actually help do something else. It can act as a cleaner to help combat inflammation in the blood and help to break down fatty plaques and from your arteries and veins. So that's really good. It can be taken without meals as well. It also can help with healing inside and out. Enzymes eat scar tissue. So all skin issues can be improved by taking Terrazyme. When you think about if your body's just digesting food and it's not got enough enzymes, the healing process will be slower. If we're taking enzymes, it's going to help with repairing tissue, sprains, broken bones, wound healing, because we've got every process is doing its job, and we've got enough people in our body to do the various jobs. Things like low stomach acid can create panic in the body and create a high histamine response to trigger stomach acid production. One of the reasons there's lots of seasonal allergies more and more these days. So taking Terrazyme can help, but you've got to be patient with it. It's not a quick fix. You know, it takes time for these things to get in our system. Things like head tension. We know head tension is often related to problems in the gut. So taking Terrazyme can help with that. If we're going into surgery, we've seen what it does for skin and muscle. So Terrazyme will help with recovery time as well as strains and things like that. Okay, and if we don't have a gallbladder, Terrazyme is a gallbladder in a bottle, because it can help us produce the enzymes that we don't have. to enhance our digestion process and absorption of food. Things like autoimmune disease, which can be connected to the leaky gut, can be helped by taking Terrazyme. And things like gluten sensitivities can help with that as well. If you do start taking Terrazyme, you're not used to it, start slow and low. Start with 1 Terrazyme with each meal, and you can build that up, because you may have some loose stools to start with, but it won't last long. It is a bit of a healing process sometimes when we introduce something new into the body. So just keep on top of that and just watch out for it. Okay, so I just want to talk about the Lifelong Vitality vitamins. So these are the sort of the best-selling, the highest quality vitamin pack that I know of. They cover all the bases of the vitamin, minerals, essential omegas, fatty acids, as well as botanical extracts, polyphenols. So you name it, what you could buy at a health food store: milk thistle, turmeric, coenzyme Q10, ginkgo biloba, to name a few. But what's special about these is, we talked about your body absorbing vitamins. Well, it's bioavailable, so it helps your body to absorb it into the bloodstream and take all the goodness, and it doesn't just come straight out your body, which I bought things like that before, synthetically made vitamins, and they've just been a waste of money. It can help. It's like a baseline of nutrition, because you might eat well, but our diversity in our soil these days, we don't get enough nutrients in our fruit and vegetables. So it's really important that we sort of bridge that gap. And the Lifelong Vitality Pack is equivalent to about 12 portions of fruit and vegetables daily. And we are so confident that it's made a difference for us and the people that we support, that they'll give you your money back in 30 days if you don't feel the difference in your energy levels or whatever sort of you wanted to support. I've had so many stories of people that come off the Lifelong Vitality and have had to go back on because they've realised the difference it's made. People with chronic diseases, and their energy, their life has come back, and it's really lovely to hear. So yeah, if you feel like you need a reset, definitely start with Lifelong Vitality. Okay, so this is a little regime that I've sort of put together, what we sort of follow daily. We wake up and have, before any coffee, lemon in water to help cleanse our body, help with sluggish digestion. If you're on the Lifelong Vitality vitamins, we'd take 2 of each capsules or 4 of each, depending on which portion that you want to do. You can do that for 2 meals. Always take Terrazyme with every meal I do. It just helps with my energy levels, and my food absorbs quicker. And Zengest, we know how great it is for helping our digestive system. So taking that daily is just a great way to support ourselves, and peppermint as well. And then if you feel like you've had some antibiotics, you need to reestablish your gut, I would definitely take PB Assist for 10 days initially, and then maybe 10 days a month as a maintenance plan, just to keep balancing your microbiome in your gut. Okay, so we've talked about a lot of the essential oils, but these are the 10 core oils that we support people with, and often the kits contain, so we've looked at lemon oil, Zengest, peppermint, and oregano, and we've also got On Guard, which is immunity oil. But these are 10 oils that can support so many functions and ailments that we deal with on a daily basis. And if anyone wants these slides after, feel free I can email them to you so you can have a closer look. But 4 or 5 of the oils can be used here for helping with digestion. So these are some of the kits. Many of you may already have essential oils, but if you wanted to start, the starter kit contains the 10 oils, so lemon, Zengest, peppermint. It contains lavender for relaxation, frankincense, oregano for gut cleansing and immunity. And we've got a bigger kit here with a diffuser. But this one is known as the Daily Habits Kit, and it's a really good kickstart. So it's got the vitamins, the Terrazyme, the probiotics, as well as some essential oils for stress, immunity, relaxation. It's got lemon oil, and it's got deep blue rub, which is sort of helping with pain and inflammation, supporting that as well. So there's a few choices. If you've already got an account, there's things that you can pick up with your sort of in your shop. You can get this actual as a kit altogether. I think it's known as tummy support kit. So you've got Zengest, which is ready, made to roll on your stomach or for your children, and handy to have Zengest in capsules to take with you when you're traveling. And we've also got the PB Assist and the Tamer for children, which is a really lovely one to support children's immunity and digestion on the go. Okay, so thank you all for listening. I'll stop recording and I'll open up to anyone who's got questions.